Alright guys, this is part 2, day 2 of this build. I set it up last night before I walked out of the door. I kind of wanted to see if just how it would look. Took a few pictures to show a few people. So here's our channels 1, 2, and 3. So I'm assuming we're going to plug in our servo, our ESC, our shifter for second gear. It's kind of nice actually. I don't know headlights and taillights. I'm going to assume this is going to be for the front of the truck. So we've got these are going to be for our dash. So I'm going to unplug this for now and I'll wire up our dash 0 or O. So alright, we got a couple of those guys. My dash panel, I don't know why you have two. Maybe one's got red highlights on it, one doesn't. So you've got one for the JK. If you wanted to use the JK logo, and then you've got one that's for the inboard nav. Alright, let me peel this super neat cover that they put on all Lexan everywhere, all over the world, off of here. So there's the nav system. Probably barely see that, if at all. And I don't think I'm supposed to glue it in, but I'm not seeing another alternative way to get it in here to stay. Put my little holes in here. There's a matte side, there's a gloss side, and then there's a matte side. What side should I put facing out? Matte side goes out, gloss side faces in. So, alright. Which would be 1.5s, 2x4s, yep. Alright, back to the nonsense at hand. And is this gonna fit? I'm gonna be pissed if this don't fit. Ta-da! But now I gotta center this with the receiver, so. Do we mount it? There we go. So our light mounts to this. So let's go ahead and mount that now. Get it out of the way. The GPS one just goes straight into the dash though. Interesting. We will be using pretty small screws for the dash stuff. And again, alright, now we put our lights in there. There's one. There's one more. And remember, you're tightening into plastics. Don't go crazy with your pressure. Oh, there you go. There's that. It's your little cluster gauge. Tucked in there pretty nice. Now I'm still wondering about this map. Am I supposed to a little bit on each side? It's kind of like rubber cement, only better. If you haven't used Shuko. If you have, then obviously you already know what I'm talking about. But see, it's kind of going to be gooey. So we'll see. Maybe I can clean up the edges and get it to do for me what I need it to do. There we go. GPS. Oh yeah, I didn't get any glue on there. Surprisingly. So, alright, we're good to go there. Now let's screw our lights down to this. I'm sorry, this one into the hole as well. Remember what I was talking about with the cage? Instead of tightening everything down, or one down at a time, one side at a time, to screw everything up, I'll tighten one down, then I'll tighten the other one down. While the other ones, well, they're set in place, at least started. So there we go. servo mount for the servo and the servo horn into the dash. My only problem is I don't know if I want to do this right now because I still got to center that servo off my receiver. So, well, yeah, I got to center it off the receiver. It's going to Y connect into, it's going to run into this junction box in channel 1. So this will control the steering wheel. This is pretty nice. It's aluminum actually, so that's pretty cool. 3x3 set screw. Again, I don't know how relevant this is or necessary, but we'll put it in there just to appease the instruction gods. This is going to be, looks like a 1.5, yes. There we go. Now let's tuck her in there. I see a rub issue happening here in a minute. Let me put this on the bottom of this, because the set screw doesn't go in there all the way. And you've got that screw right there that holds the column on. So this set screw was going to hit that column if I put it on the top. So let's put it on the bottom, and then we shouldn't have any problem with clearances of any kind. Alright, and this goes through your dashboard. Not very far either. There's two little pieces sticking off either side of that. They have to go through a hole that's shaped like that. I don't know if I'm getting any light on this or not, but so it needs to go through, kind of keyed through this hole, but it's not going through all the way. So now we do the next step, which is mount the servo. Bag K? Really? I'm supposed to just thread into the servo? Okay, there you go. There's your dashboard. There's your, yeah, keep checking the camera. Make sure I'm centering it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And then your steering wheel just plops on there, and honestly, no. They want me to glue a bunch of the shifters and knobs and stuff on there. I'm not doing that yet. I'm going to do that. Yep, put it in the truck now. And there's 3x5s from bag F. There it is. And these are, I'm assuming, going to be 2.0s. Alright, so here's our wiring for our lights for the dash. Here's our wiring for our servo. We're going to tuck this stuff all up in the dash. Tuck it all in there nice and neat. And there's our dash. Seats. Okay, and 3x8 from bag Q. There's your seats. Okay, so it threads into the seat back. Let's see. Alright, both of our race seats are ready in there. Kind of dig the seats, they're pretty slick. Eventually they'll get painted too, probably a two-tone. Where are we at here? Bag F. 3.5 F. There we go. 3.5. So assume them to be 2mm as well. Pause it. So I assume this to be the driver's seat. I don't know, but I assume. Actually, no. This will be the passenger seat, because the driver's seat has a cutout for the transfer case that comes through the floorboard. So you have to put them, you'll see that you can obviously move your seat mounts, brackets, wherever you think you want to, but it just means you can use whichever seat on whichever side of the truck you want to use it on. Either passenger or driver, but this has got to be where nuts come in play to bolt this down, unless these little thin pieces of metal are threaded. 2x4s, bag O. I don't like that I'm probably going to be sitting on screws that are going through this into these. I'd rather not have done that, but it looks like there's no real option there to do anything else with it. I would hate to lose one of these little tiny guys on the trail. Alright. That stripped it. Yep. And I wasn't even trying to go tight with it. Just tight enough to work. Alright, we got one seat down. Oh shit. It drops in right behind that screw. See if you can see that there. Probably not. Oh wait, turn it. So there's a little screw that goes through that holds this floor pan on. And it just sits back from it. It's funny, there's holes in the floorboard for like drainage slots. Alright, now let's do our driver's seat here. And I'll show you what I was talking about with this one being, we gotta set these over here probably. Yeah. Bag F. 4 of bag F. Over to the center, right? Yep. And I'm probably wrong. They probably are something that's in a real vehicle as far as seat posts, risers, whatever you want to call them. So we're going to put these in. You know what that means? 4 more of these screws that could potentially strip. So just get one started to hold it in place. Thread lock a couple of these. Just when you start dealing with these teeny tiny screws, you start dealing with stuff that's going to strip if you aren't precise. Alright, seats are in, our interior's not done, but for now it's done. And there's your servo horn that it sends you with it. I don't think I'm going to use that one. I'm probably going to use a black one. One of the ones that also clamp onto the servo. Probably. And then it's showing one of these things. Stepping out away from the truck, so probably that. Let us continue. Screws, 3x10, bag G. Maybe 2.0s. Threads through. Is it thread into this? Just threaded? Yep. Okay. Alright, got 2 more. May as well get the other side out of the way. We'll get ahead of our instructions so we're not sitting here with our thumb in our ass when it comes around. You've got these pieces, this with your hood opener, rock slides. Getting close. Line up our other one, get that one started. So we got both of them. I'll sandwich this material together. Only thing I hate about stainless screws versus the black ones, and maybe I'm wrong, people say stainless are a better way to go. Look at, I'm in that screw. Look how much I'm turning. Stainless to me, maybe it's because I put too much torque on stuff, strips super fast. The black ones, I have less of a chance, I feel, again, my opinion, like they're going to strip out. All stainless screws I've ever used on any kit, sorry to all the companies that make them and have been peddling this bullshit that these are better, they're not, in my opinion. It's only showing 1 screw. It's showing 1 screw. I think one screw goes into this for the cowl. So yeah, let me back these two out. What screw? That was K. It's showing just use the bottom screw on there. I got ahead of myself. Hinges go on there. Bag K. 2 by 5.5. Alright, so we do our hinges now. Because yeah, other than body panels, this is pretty much all there is left of the truck. So I'm gonna probably leave mostly satin and aluminum. There you go, I'm talking too much again. I need to get some water. Throat's starting to get dry. We are now doing these guys. Ah, they go to the front, look at there. And we're using 2.5s out of Bag J. Bag J. I've been really super duper impressed with the thought that's gone into this build. Not my thought, I don't have any, I'm following a video, but the thought that went into how this truck was meant to be built. All right, now we're doing our, so what are we gonna guess for screws? I'm gonna guess Bag K. All right, so we were at Bag F. Thought we were gonna be with Bag Q. Ah, it makes sense, these are smaller. These are gonna be 2.0s, I bet. I would really like to have this fucking thing wrapped up today. Be done, completely done with it, but I know I'm probably not gonna get the electronics all done. Body panel? Yes, a body panel. All right, and that screws I from Bag I. Ooh, there's two screws that are gonna have to go under here. I don't like that. All right, so we got 4 of these going in. These are super long. Sure. Okay. All right, we're gonna snug all of our screws in here. So we'll get the other side mounted in here. Man, this thing is cool. I'm honestly so excited. The reason why I'm not painting anything is, I'm sure most of you can guess, I just want to run it. I want to set it on the course and drive it. All right, now. There's a windshield. L.L.C and windshield will drop in here too. I'm debating on putting it in or not. All right, so like I said, I put the windshield housing on here, and then there was 2 screws that go in here through the tabs there, and that holds your first piece of sheet metal on. Need a 2.5 out of J, 2.5, and a 3x12, so we need 2 of these. So go to these 2 guys, make sure I'm using Loctite on here so I don't have anything fall off on me. This will hold your cowl on, and it's going to go through to your side piece that holds on your fender and that holds on your hood hinge pins for your hood. Bolts this together, and this on, and then it bolts it to this upright piece here. Now it's saying to assemble our grill for our headlight buckets. Alright, I skipped along a little bit, a little further ahead, and I put the headlight buckets in, I put the turn signal buckets in. So those are all there. I pretty much built the light buckets for the front grille, got those all done. So let's see our video, and what it tells us for our next step is going to be, we're mounting the grill to the chassis. 2.5's out of bag J, so we should be mounting this grill, bag J. Remember to use your Loctite. These guys in our fender flare kit for both sides. Like I said, we already know that's going to be bag J. I attached the louvers to the hood. I was hoping they snapped in place, but I threw some super glue on one and some shoe glue on the other. And so that one's going to go to this side, this one's going to go to this side. Alright. Get one more in here. I know 5 might be overkill, but I don't know if you guys have ran any trucks with fender flares. It doesn't take much to rip a screw through a fender flare. 2.5 out of bag T. Where's bag T? Here we go. Little guy's there. Make sure we get it in there nice and straight so we don't cross thread anything. There's going to be obviously a hinge that's going to go through there for this part of the handle that clicks onto the hood, so this will be that. So that'll probably be another one of those little screws. Doesn't look like it's countersunk, so maybe not. Bag I. Uh-oh. 5x8. Remember when I used those 4 for the taillights, I think it was, I used them for. That's what I'm looking at for over the length, just a little bit longer. J, it looks like 2 screws are going in here. It's surprising to me that this uses so many of these little guys, or they didn't just put holes instead of, because right now it's not holes, it's that guy. So they're having you put this one in and all 3 up top. So you're putting 4 screws in your fender panel. But again, you've got another hole down here. It doesn't say whether I'm doing that right away or not. It just says do these 3, then that one. Yep, there's one that goes into your grill up front here. So you'll be pulling your grill in a little bit. One in the door jamb. Yep, I missed that one in the door jamb too, so. Alright. Meanwhile, I will get a jump on this section here. One down in the bottom of the door jamb. And now we're putting our hood hinges together. So, alright. Now it's got us breaking out our hood. And a baggie of stuff again. Those are O. Okay, 2 of those. Go on our hood, and since we're going into plastic, no thread lock necessary. Alright, so we went to bag J, and then we're going to be doing our hood hinges up there. Not our little pull down, lock down straps, whatever these are. In the real world, I'm sure you real Jeep guys know what these things are, and hood latches. There we go. So we're going to J for 4 screws to go through there to the hood. There's one. I wonder
wonder if it comes with windshield wipers. I haven't noticed any. Yeah, I don't think it has any. Maybe I just haven't seen them yet. Either way, it looks like it's going to want me to glue them on instead of them having little holes. Alright, so here we go. And bump stops should actually, these two bump stops should actually be up here. Yeah. And unlatch the hood. Move this mat. So yeah, now we're running our screws down this side of the truck. Getting that in, it says T. Alright, it's got 4 going in, okay. Running down to J for one that goes into the rear. So that'll be 2 of those. And those go into back here. Hinges on the door, and that's going to be a bunch of J. Now let me tighten everything down. Of course, now they want you to put this door handle on. So you put a screw in the center of your keyhole there. Maybe 2, 8, 4 for the door hinges. And then there's our 4 little nuts, so. Oh, there we go. She closes up there nicely. We want to put our next door handle on there because they're not exactly tight. Now that we're running these running boards onto the truck to kind of pull things in line with one another, and that's what this is meant to do. Line that up, call it a day with this one. I think the body is, I'm gonna say it's done. Let's continue on with our instructions. And it looked like E. Yep. So, okay. Now, we will be mounting this mess under that mess. D, 3x16. So we're going to do SSD, gray rears, and then we'll do blue lockers. So, all right, boys and girls, there she is, JK Max, Vanquish wheels and tires. Yeah, let me know what you think. Pretty cool build. No servo in it yet. I've got one picked out, I just don't have it in the truck. Motor's inside of there, servo's inside the 2-speed. Here's that go in there. There we go. Yeah, there she is.